Good morning. I know I'm late. I apologize. A little bit of a hectic schedule for this lovely Saturday morning where it is nice and cool. It is not 70 or 80 degrees, which is a good thing. All right. So, let's get started. My name is Coach Big Pete, a.k.a. Peter Line-Rubber, publisher of Deep Dish Football. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email, again, is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Welcome to Breakfast with Coach Big Pete, Episode 7, Week 7, IHSA Football. Make sure you visit Deep Dish Football. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete, Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Also on TikTok. And again, as I announced on Wednesday, it was Wednesday, yes, I am not doing any IHSA playoff pairing show. I'm not doing that. So there's other shows that you can check out. I strongly suggest you take a look at NUIC's Fanatics playoff pairing show. They do a wonderful job. There's a bunch of other things, but just, again, time's a pain in the ass right now. And again, still need those stats for my Sunday conclusion article. If you can, please email me, coachbigpetefp@gmail.com, the stats. Big game performances will be featured on deepdishfootball.com's Sunday conclusion article, which will be out tomorrow. So please make sure I have your stats. Again, email coachbigpetefp@gmail.com, or you can tweet at me, or you can direct message me on X or post at me the information. So please let me know. Again, my email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. And also, again, sorry about that. Deep Dish Football Live, 6 p.m. Wednesday. DuPage Run and Shoot Show back to its regular time, 8 p.m. on Thursday, which the show will be live on Instagram, but will be published on the YouTube video later with the podcast with my co-host Patrick Codo. Make sure you follow Patrick Codo on Deep Dish Football and Coach Big Pete. Sorry about that. My voice is getting very raspy. Sorry about that. And again, as well too, starting to look into season stats now for my articles on Player of the Year in the state of Illinois by deepdishfootball.com. Also looking at stats for offensive line too. So just a quick reminder. And again, I know I've received I got a couple, three complaints about the stats for nominations for Player of the Year. What I said by midnight, the deadline's by midnight for Player of the Night in the state of Illinois. Make sure I have those stats after the game. Any big game stats, please send them to me. And again, if you like my work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal Venmo link on deepdishfootball.com or what's on Facebook, Breakfast with Coach Big Pete. So let's get started. Week 7 Friday night is in the books. All right. So Mount Carmel head coach Michael Brewer is your coach of the night, Pumpkin Spice Donut Award-winning coach of the night after a big win over KC Westfield, game-winning field goal. Congratulations to the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. Congratulations to everyone at the Snake Pit. Big shout-out to Coach Brewer and Mount Carmel. And that's Mount Carmel down in southern Illinois, not the Mount Carmel Caravan in Chicago that everyone knows. Mount Carmel Golden Aces, big shout out to them on a big win. They give KC Westfield their first loss of the season. Crete-Monee offensive line is the Hogs unit of the night in the state of Illinois. Over 400 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns. Congratulations to Crete-Monee. the Warriors and that offensive line. Way to go, big boys. Good game. Uh, your player of the night for week 6. Week seven, I apologize. I'm in a little bit of a rush. I apologize. Are for Palicki of Willowbrook. 5 touchdowns against OPRF. Congratulations to Willowbrook. Congratulations to you, AJ. AKA his name is Arthur and AJ. But big shout to AJ on the big win and the big time game performance. Congratulations, sir. So let's look at some of the headlines. Quincy survives and manages to get out of Sterling with a win, 35-33. Congratulations to the Quincy Blue Devils. They are still undefeated. Juliet West has got, for the 4th time in their history, has gotten a guaranteed playoff berth after a big win over Romeoville. Barrington still undefeated. Congratulations to Barrington on a tough-fought game. Weathersfield gives Farmington Farmers its first loss. Congratulations to the Geese of Weathersfield. Glenbard West takes down York in a big shocker. Congratulations to Glenbard West. Congratulations to Coach Hetlett. Congratulations to that whole hitter squad as they got the big win over the York Dukes, giving the York Dukes their first loss. Jacobs beats Crystal Lake Central, runs wild on Crystal Lake Central. Congratulations to Coach Zim and the Jacobs squad. Nazareth survives against Brother Rice. 2 more wins. They need 2 more wins. And I think next week is Marion, and the last one is St. Francis. So pretty interesting for the Roadrunners. And a big shout out to Coach Racky and that coaching staff for what they did. Again, getting those kids' minds set on the games. Even after a little bit of the losing streak, they have done a wonderful job. This Nazareth Roadrunner team has done a wonderful job, and that coaching staff and those kids, the perseverance that they've been able to do after that losing streak, and they're winning. And they're going to be scary if they get into the playoffs. Keep an eye out for Nazareth. Wheaton North beats Geneva. Big shout out to the Wheaton North on the big win over Geneva. A big game for Wheaton North. And again, Geneva, this is their 2nd straight loss of the season. First one last week was to Batavia. Batavia, by the way, won. And overall, you can say right now, pretty much Batavia's got that Duquesne wrapped up. Congratulations to the Batavia Bulldogs. Congratulations to Wheaton North. This was a win that they needed, and they got it. Big shout out to Wheaton North. Wheaton Warrenville South beats Lake Park. Congratulations to Coach Norris. Congratulations to the Tigers on a big win. Lake Park still at 4 wins now. Wheaton Warrenville South, again, they're continuing to step up, and they have a great shot at the playoffs. So again, Matthew Kreider, Carbonero, great games. Congratulations to them both. All right. Highland Park upsets Niles West. Congratulations to the Highland Park Little Giants on a big win over Niles West. Rochester wins again. Rochester Rockets defense, and I said this last night, scares the ever-living F out of me. That defense is putting up historic numbers, people. Historic numbers. This Rochester Rocket team is going to be a special team, and they're led by Derek Leonard. But a big shout out to Coach Bucher, a big shout out to those defensive playmakers on Rochester. Just unbelievable. And again, everything's looking good for Rochester. IC lost to Lyle Academy. Again, IC had we were starting to see a lot more issues with injuries with a lot of teams this week. And again, I don't talk about injuries. I don't like to talk about them, but let's hope that these kids get back healthy and they get back onto the field. That's the most important thing, and they enjoyed the game that they love to play. That's the most important thing. So again, but I'm still hoping for that IC Rochester final game. I want to see that. I really did want to see that. St. Bede beats Dwight. Congratulations to St. Bede on the big win. Max Bray, huge game quarterback. Wilmington beats Cole City. Wilmington's pretty much got the ice locked up. Edmondson beats Taft. Congratulations to Edmondson on the big win over Taft. Aurora Christian beats Marion Central Catholic. Aurora Christian, big shout out to you guys on the big win. They pretty much, it's looking pretty like, again, Aurora Christian looking like the top dogs. Edwardsville beats Belleville East. Edwardsville survives a tough game to Belleville East, but they have a huge opponent next week, East St. Louis. That's a big time battle in the Southern Illinois region. Peoria beats Bloomington. Tino Geist, great game. Evergreen Park beats Eisenhower. Big shout out to Evergreen Park on a much needed win. Sandburg beats Bolingbrook. Congratulations to Sandburg Eagles and Coach McAllister on a big time win. Boylan beats Harlem. Connor Dennis, great game, 3 touchdowns. Congratulations to the Boylan Titans. Greenville beats Carlinville. Greenville still undefeated. Mount Carmel, the Golden Aces, as I talked about before, beat Casey Westfield. Mount Zion beats Charleston in a tough fought game. And again, Charleston, they're proving something. Charleston's a team that you must keep an eye out for. Mount Carmel beats Fenwick. I don't think anyone's surprised. Diet is now 7-0 as they beat Corliss. Congratulations to the Diet Eagles. Big shout out to you guys in the CPS. El Paso Gridley beats Eureka. Glenbard South beats West Chicago pretty easily fashion. Congratulations to the Glenbard South on the big win. Currently undefeated. Antioch beats Grant. Congratulations to Antioch, Coach G. Leroy beats Hayworth. Leroy still undefeated. Congratulations to Leroy. Barrington beats Hoffman Estates. They are undefeated in a tough fought game. Big shout to Barrington. Last minute touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Hanahu beats Belvedere North. Congratulations. Loyola Academy beats IC. Lake Zurich beats Lake Forest in steadily fashion. Big shout to Coach Plants and Lake Zurich on that. Rochester beats Lincoln. As I talked about before, Rochester's defense, unbelievable. I saw some of the stats, especially with the yardage that they gave, that they really didn't give up. It was very impressive. And again, Lincoln, they're looking good. They still got those 5 wins. They got to get that 6th win. That's the most important thing for a guaranteed playoff spot. But I think they're going to get into the playoffs, and they're a great team, and they deserve all the respect in the world. Coach Silky in that too. And he was named, by the way, the Bears Coach of the Week last week. So congratulations to Coach Silky and the Lincoln Rail Splitters as well. Lincoln Way East beats Bradley Bourbon. A big shout out to Lincoln Way West. Lincoln Way West. I keep screwing those 2 names up. Lincoln Way West gets the big win over that. Lions beats DGN. Again, DGN has now lost 2 straight games. Ugh. They got to bounce back quick before they begin to the playoffs. Morgan Park versus Kenwoods today. Rockridge beats Morrison. Morrison gets the loss to Rockridge. A little bit of a surprise. Morrison's having a wonderful season. I talked about that. Glenwood beats University. Seneca beats Ottawa Marquette. Seneca, the Seneca Fighting Irish, are 7-0, 2 forfeits, yes. But big shout out to the Seneca Fighting Irish. Big shout to Coach Maxwell. Just big shout to that whole team. Just a great group of kids. I've interviewed 4. They're just unbelievable kids. Big shout to the Seneca Fighting Irish on a great win. Last year, it was their big season. This year, they're continuing the success. Congratulations to Seneca. Well-deserved. A tip of the hat to you guys. Great job. Roxana. The Roxana Shells beat Breeze Central in easy fashion. Roxana 3A. Wow. This Roxana team is they're looking really good when they get into the playoffs. Don't sleep on this Roxana Shell team. I'm telling you that right now. Rochelle beats Sandwich. Big shout out to Rochelle. St. Francis continues another upset. They beat St. Rita. Big shout out to St. Francis Spartans, Coach McMillan. Great game for St. Francis. They get motivated when they're the underdogs. I'll tell you that right now. Big shout to them. Quincy survived. They beat Sterling. Washington beats Dunlap. Congratulations on Washington. They give Dunlap their first loss of the season. And I talked about that, and that is pretty much it. I'm going to do more stats and the games on the Sunday conclusion article. Make sure you check it out tomorrow morning. And again, just a couple quick reminders, by the way. Because someone asked me, and I've been getting this last week, do I have to pay to get an interview? No, you do not. I don't know where the hell this is coming from. Interviews are absolutely free on deepdishfootball.com. They're free. So I usually go via DM on Twitter or Instagram asking a kid if they want an interview, and I publish the article. So again, it's absolutely free. Interviews are free, and you can ask. I had 2 kids ask, and I gave them the interviews. I've been doing this now for 7 years now. 6 years, because that's when I got deepdishfootball.com, the full website, and I started doing interviews. It's absolutely free. It's free exposure. Just a reminder again. And again, emails CoachBigPete, fp@gmail.com. Follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email again is CoachBigPete, fp@gmail.com. And again, make sure I get those stats. Send those stats in. Email, DM me. Email, repost, tweet at me. Facebook, message me. Instagram, message me. I already got 6 stats that I see them getting sent through Instagram right now. So please make sure I have your stats for the Sunday conclusion article to be featured in the the big time performers in the state of Illinois. 1A to 8A, Northern Illinois to Southern Illinois, Cairo to Freeport. Again, whole state of Illinois. Please let me know 1A to 8A. Please let me know any big game stats. They'll be in the article for deepdishfootball.com. And yeah, and again, I think the big thing right now that we can see again is some of the injuries taking some tolls on some teams. Overall, defense, the defenses that show out at this time of the year, they do good in the playoffs. Offensive line performances that show out around this time, they do good too. If your offensive line is sputtering and we get into the playoffs, it's going to be tough for them around this time. Offensive lines that have dominant performances from week 6 to week 9, that's scary. Those are the scary ones. Again, those are the very scary ones. And overall, again, defense is tough. Defense is so tough in high school, especially teaching a kid to remain in his assignment, read his keys, especially for linebacker. Defensive linemen don't over pursue. If you can get a defense to gel, if you can get those kids to listen, to understand their assignments, and they kick ass for 9 weeks and they get into the playoffs, they are the scariest team ever. But if you get a defense where kids start blaming each other and they go after each other, that's going to be tough in the playoffs because that offense is going to attack those weaknesses. So, again, line performances, look more into it. I tell this to a lot of fans. Look at the lineman performances, offensive line performances in week 7, week 8, week 9. Those are the most important things. Because if they get into the playoffs, they've got a great shot and going a great run. If there's trouble with the offensive line, if there's definite, and defense, like I said, defense is tough. It is very tough to teach a teenage kid to be patient. It's very tough. It is. So, again, it's going to be there's some signs that you can see. And I'm telling you right now, this Rochester team is scary. This defense scares the ever-living hell out of me. I'm telling you that right now. So that is it. If you like the work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal Venmo link on Facebook Live or on deepdishfootball.com. The links are there as well. If you have any questions, email me, CoachBigPete, fp@gmail.com. And again, I totally forgot, free recruiting seminar, November 12th, Sunday. No Bears game. There's no Bears game. There's 2 sessions, 50% occupancy filled. Again, there's 2 sessions. Pick a session. Who's coming? Email me. You must RSVP. It's a free recruiting seminar at the Westmont Public Library. Again, my email is CoachBigPete, fp@gmail.com. The graphic is on deepdishfootball.com. Be sure to check it out. And that is it. Week 7 is in the books. Week 8, here we go. And thank you guys so much for joining Breakfast with Coach Big Pete. Sorry for being late. And again, thank you guys so much for joining. Enjoy the Saturday. Have a fun time with loved ones. Enjoy the weekend. Let's get ready for some football for today. Kenwood Morgan Park, that's going to be a huge one. Again, you got to check out Forreston Place today as well against Gibson City. Another big time game, small school game that you got to keep an eye out for as well. But thank you guys so much for joining and have a great Saturday. Enjoy the day and God bless this weather. This is big boy weather. God bless the cold.